In southeastern Arizona, there's a very special place, a little town named Bisbee, blessed with style and grace.
There's a funky little town down in the southwestern USA, hidden in the Mule Mountains, safely out of harm's way. It's a desert oasis right on the Mexico line. It's a little bit of Rockwell, a little bit of Pollack. It's a land out of time. She earned a fortune on copper. She was built on the backs of men. They went digging and drilling and blasting without end. Those guys moved a mountain, helping America grow. But then the machine stopped moving, the mines grew silent, and life was put on hold. Bisbee, Arizona, where we're living life easy and free. It's a little bit of heaven, and there's no place I'd rather be. Bisbee, Arizona, you got some kind of hold on me. You're a quirky little place, yeah, but that's alright with me.
On May 12, 2016, Bisbee, located in the southeast corner of Arizona, was voted the best historic small town by the readers of USA Today. Sunset Magazine also voted Bisbee as the best small town in the West. In 2000, Bisbee was a runner-up as one of the quirkiest towns in America by the May-June issue of Modern Maturity.
Bisbee, Arizona, where we're living life easy and free. It's a little bit of heaven, and there's no place I'd rather be. Bisbee, Arizona, you got some kind of hold on me. You're a quirky place, yeah, but that's alright with me. You're a quirky little place, oh, but that's alright with me.
I think this is the hardest criterium course in the country. Highest criterium course I've ever ridden. I've ridden many in Mexico and Venezuela also. Nothing beats this.
It's probably it's the toughest criterium course I've ever ridden, but it's the best criterium course I've ever ridden. I really liked it.
Yeah, I love it. It's good and hard. Makes everybody hurt, you know.
This is the hardest criterium course I've ever ridden on. It was just mostly a race of attrition, just trying to get up the hill and then trying to recover on the downside and doing it all over again. So it's a good one.
This is the 9th running of the La Vuelta. Can you tell me how this all got started?
Well, the Vuelta actually started with John Timbers and some of his friends 9 years ago. John Timbers is a ex-racer. He moved to Bisbee and has been involved in real estate things here in Bisbee, but he had the desire to have a race take place right in Bisbee, and with the help of some friends that he had developed here in Bisbee and riders that he has known around the country, he proposed the first of the Vuelta and got it running, and it's been going ever since.
Well, I was racing in the early 70s, and we used to come on training rides down to Bisbee occasionally, and I was very attracted to the town, the terrain here and the old buildings. And a few years later, after I had gotten out of competitive cycling, I wanted to promote a race, and I thought, well, Bisbee would be a nice place to start. And I came down and presented the idea to the Chamber of Commerce, and they accepted the idea. I'm not sure they were all that excited about it, but after the first year, which was 1976, which was an Olympic year, and it's a good year to hold a race because people are all excited about the Olympics and the riders are training and hoping they can make the Olympic team. And we had a good turnout. We even had the Canadian Olympic team down here, and it got off to a bang. We had a good crowd, the weather was perfect, and we had a good race. And the town thought, gee, this is a good idea, and it continued to grow. We brought more people into the organization of it, and eventually the Rotary took it over, and now it has become a community-wide event, as you can see.
We have 4 classes of bikers that are eligible, 1, 2, 3, and 4, but we do not let the class 4 riders ride in this race because of the danger involved. You have to be either class 3, 2, or 1 in order to qualify, plus you have to have a license to race in this particular race. So somebody off the street couldn't come in and race this. They have to be qualified and licensed to do this.
Each year we think, we can't top this, but with the designation of the 1986 race as a national prestige classic, we find ourselves in a situation where we have over 200 men and women, all of whom are national and world-class riders competing on the streets of Bisbee, Arizona.
You say world-class riders. That means outside the United States?
Absolutely. We have 26 states within the United States of men and women who represent us both in national and international competition throughout the world, and we also have 7 foreign nations represented in this year's race. One of the national competitors who was scheduled to represent the United States in the Tour of Spain this year got as far as New York City and was turned back because of terrorist threats and immediately booked into La Vuelta de Bisbee. So this is the caliber of rider we have, and we're really excited about it.
So you're saying you had a good community response?
A good community response, but a good committee. Everybody worked on it, did their job, and did it well, and didn't depend on anybody else to cover it for them. And it was good energy and a good spirit, and that's what brought it together.
And all your staff is volunteer too, right?
Oh, exactly.
Well, yeah, we house a bunch of kids every year at our house, and we had about 14 or 15 this year.
Okay, now when you house these bikers every year at your house, that's strictly volunteer, right?
Oh, you bet. Yeah, we enjoy doing it. We've done housed for over 10 years. It seems one team leads into another. We have maybe 8 or 10 kids this year, and they split next year they're on 4 or 5 different teams, and so whoever calls us first usually gets the reservation.
And so what is your function in this race?
In the race today, our job is to stay in front of the leader and keep track of all the bikes that are lapped. And then after a given period, the lapped bikes are eliminated from the race. But it helps the officials to stay in touch with who the leader is by having because that'll change out in the course.
Okay. So you have somebody on the back of the bike helping you?
My son Justin.
Okay, and how do you communicate to the course directors as to who's been lapped? And
Well, every year what we've done is use 3x5 cards, and Justin will write down the lapped riders on the card, and then at some point in the course we tear off that card and give it to an official, and they keep track of it. And then we honk the rider off the course.
okay, you make it sound easy, but is it all that easy to do?
Well, yes and no. It helps to spend some time on motorcycles. I've been a racer for 20 years.
What about watching out for the other bikers? Do you have any problems?
You have to be real careful. That's the thing that's tricky. You can't get in the bikers' way. You have to be able to know where they're going, what their lines are through corners. And when you get in heavy traffic, like you might be going through 15, 20 bikes at a time in a tight spot, and you have to be out of their way because they're working harder and they don't have the weight that a motorcycle does. So you have to stay out of their way.
Have a program, please.
Certainly, they're free. Would you like a roster of the riders?
Oh, that would be nice.
Okay, there you
To
go.
show who's ahead?
No, that's over on that window over there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
10 seconds for our second team on. Brent Greenfellow out of Colorado. 3, 2, 1, go. And they're underway. Let's give them a big send up.
We're here at the start line with Mr. Tom Boyden from the United States Cycling Federation. He's the chief referee, and, well, maybe, Mr. Boyden, you could tell us a little bit more.
Well, we're about ready to start stage one in a little less than an hour. Things are going smoothly, always hectic, a little bit hectic as usual, but things are pretty well under control. We have about 200 racers altogether in two races, a huge women's field with respect to what has normally occurred in women's racing. We have over 60 women, 60 to 70 women, which is an excellent turnout. And I'm looking forward to some good bike racing. We've just had a riders meeting, and I think the riders understand what we're looking for from them. And the DPS is here in support. Everything's blowing and going.
That's good. I know we've got a lot more this year than we've ever had before, so this is an extra big turnout. Listen, the United States Cycling Federation has designated this as an NPC this year. Is that correct?
That's correct. It's part of a national series of important races which will be used to help select the national team.
This is the 19th anniversary of bicycle racing here in the southeastern Arizona. This is Arizona's premier bicycle stage race.
Rider 113, Rider 145.
Now, the first 2 days, pretty exciting, but the better things are happening over the weekend.
Here comes the lead motorcycles. And it looks like 3 riders in the lead. Come on, Bisbee, Arizona. Let's make some noise. Who's going to be the champion of stage number 3, the Vuelta de Bisbee? And it's going to be taking it number 404 from Team Bodywise. Congratulations going out to Marianne Bergman.
How were the winds out there?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I remember last year though that we had hurricane winds, so I thought it was pretty nice day outside. It wasn't too bad.
Coming down, what was it like during this last 100 meters, Kent? You had the lead. Did you want it bad?
Well, I looked at the flags and streamers and I saw that I had a tailwind. And I reasoned that it's slightly downhill from that corner. Right. So I just stuck it in a big gear and went for it. And I started my sprint basically back there by the corner.
And nobody got around you. Kent, I don't know if you know it or not, but it was 4 hours, 19 minutes, and 55 seconds. You shattered the course record by 10 minutes.
Well, that's good because the pros were here last year, and we like to show everybody that it's still a bike race even without them.
You bet. Well, Kent, when were you the overall champion here? What year?
89.
89, and you've ridden it, I say 18 times. Is that correct?
Well, I get, yeah, almost as many. I think I missed the first year, 86 or 76.
76. How about one more round of applause to the unofficial winner, Kent Bostic of Team Shackley, winning today. Congratulations, Kent.
What does the NPC mean to the bikers and yourself?
Well, NPC stands for National Prestige Classic, which is a special designation given by the United States Cycling Federation for a select few races in the country in order to help determine riders to represent the United States in the World Championships.
Mr. Hopper, La Vuelta de Bisbee has been running for about 11 years, and we're kind of a small town down in the southeast corner of the United States here.
Yeah.
What was behind the choosing of Bisbee and La Vuelta for the NPC?
Well, you just have a tremendous reputation across the country. I wouldn't let the fact that your location have anything to do with the quality of the race that you put on. The fact that you have some very tough courses and it's very challenging series of events is what really is the reason why it was selected, and primarily just because of your tremendous reputation throughout the country as putting on a tremendous race.
Gene, can you give us a rough idea of what kind of economic impact these races have on Bisbee itself?
You know, we've always talked about doing a data study on that kind of thing. We've never done one, but it must have a tremendous economic impact when you're adding 165 competitors plus their support teams and the spectators here. And we recognize the fact that every hotel room in town is booked far in advance, plus riders staying in private homes with friends, all of the food that they purchase, the gasoline they purchase. It makes a big difference. La Vuelta weekend is a very big weekend in Bisbee.
La Vuelta de Bisbee has become a tradition. The folks who can race here are in top-notch condition. The hills and the streets make the course tough and long. To finish La Vuelta, you've got to be strong.
So who laid out the course? I, of course, laid out the course. Why do you ask?
It's a tough one.
Yes, it is a tough one. When I was racing, I always enjoyed the toughest ones the most. They were the most memorable ones. The racers don't remember easy races. It's no challenge. I also enjoyed hill climbs, and I wanted to give them a challenge in a hill climb.
Some of the racers have said that this is the toughest course they've ever raced. How do you think it compares with some of the other courses in this country?
I agree with them. In Europe, racing it can be this difficult. The American race promoters have tended to be easy on cyclists, and it has not prepared them for international racing. The Vuelta is not like that. It prepares a rider for international competition because of the difficulty of the course.
Look, I'm not the chief referee today. I'm an innocent bystander. I'm here as the governor of Arizona to say to all of you from all over the United States, indeed from all around the world, we're pleased to have you here for La Vuelta de Bisbee. And put together in 10 years a race which is now one of the handful, 25, 26 national prestige classic races. It's a great tribute to this terrific town. Let's have a great race. Thanks for being here.
I was afraid of this race. It's so scary.
Is this the toughest criterium you've ever written?
Oh, yes. Most definitely. Bike handling and just toughness. In case there's any doubt in your mind, you definitely moved like I did? No. Are you sure? Sharon Short was the first. You had way more than a minute on her. How much? You just needed like 40 seconds or something. I don't even know. I wasn't even expecting to. Well, I heard the guy.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a 30-lap and a 20-lap race?
I'll tell you the truth. I really would have liked to race 30 laps today.
Why's that?
Just because Bisbee is such a hard stage race that, you know, it's good for training for like national classic events. So 10 more laps would have helped my form more.
Easy door.
Do you think this course was going to be as tough as it was?
Oh yeah. But like I said, I liked it like that.
How do you rate the course?
How do I rate it?
Yeah.
It's probably it's the toughest criterium course I've ever ridden, but it's the best criterium course I've ever ridden. I really liked it.
Is this your first time in this race?
Fourth time.
Fourth time?
Fourth time.
How do you think this race compares to other races?
I think this is the hardest criterium course in the country. Highest criterium course I've ever ridden. I've ridden many in Mexico and Venezuela also. Nothing beats this.
Don, I understand you you won last year?
Uh-huh.
How do you do this time?
Fourth.
Fourth place? How do you think of the criteria of this race? Is it pretty rough?
Yeah, I love it. It's good and hard. Makes everybody hurt, you know.
Well, I guess you know you just won this stage of the criterium.
Yeah, it was hard.
You know you also broke the record for the women?
I heard that, but I don't know by how much, but that's always a nice little added for sure.
Is this your first time here?
Yeah, it is.
You plan on coming back?
Yeah, this is a good race. Really good. The crowd was great today. They're the ones that kept us going, so.
Crowd usually is good.
Yeah.
Can you tell me, what did you think of the course? Tough, hard, or what?
This is the hardest criterium course I've ever ridden on. It was just mostly a race of attrition, just trying to get up the hill and then trying to recover on the downside and doing it all over again. So it's a good one.
Kind of hoping to win this one because it's a really tough course. And first came here, they said 10 laps. I said, 10 laps, no problem. But I'm glad it was only 10.
Inga, where are you from?
Reno, Nevada.
Reno. Have you ever been here before?
No, I haven't. This is my first time here, and I love it.
You're going to come back, I take it?
Yeah, I will.
What other races have you been in?
I've been in the Coors Classic quite a few times. I've been in the '84 Olympics, the Tour de France, and several World Championships.
What do you look for in a race?
I look for a really good course and competition that wants to go out and work hard.
And did we meet that for you here?
Yeah, the courses were great.
I think about the course here.
I think it's great. Nice and fast and tight, easy to get away on. Really rough, great spectators. It's awesome.
How about the city itself?
The city?
Yeah,
the city's great. I like it. The old town flavor, it's sort of like Colorado. This is one of the toughest criterium courses I've ever raced on, just because of the roughness, the steepness of the climbs. It's really great.
What about the criterium course itself?
The criterium is the hardest criterium I've done myself. It's very fun, very hard. I would come back and I hope to do it again.
I dreamt about winning this race and I wanted to win it. I did it last year and I came away with second place and was really disappointed, but that's why it's my one sole reason for doing it today. The crowd here is unbelievable. I've only been to one other race with a crowd this good. And I mean, that's really what keeps you going is the fans. They're unbelievable. Your lungs are burning. Your arms are burning from pulling up on the bar so hard. You're in your easiest gear and all you can think about is, oh my God, we have one more hill.
What about your wins? You won it before. How's this one?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that the second time I won it was meant more to me because of all the professionals here and the caliber of pros here. But to just tack this onto the overall is incredible for me. I mean, it's sort of a toss-up between the two.
Yeah, but I mean, when you go up those hills and then you got to back down and you got to go back up, I mean, what does that do for the legs and the arms?
It hurts. It generates lactic acid. A lot of it.
The crowd helped you?
Oh yeah, the crowd here is fantastic. Especially up on the hill there, up on High School Hill. They're just lining up like 4 deep and they're all just really into it. I love the atmosphere here. People come from all around the area. It's just incredible. I love racing here.
This is his third time on number 1. He owns it from Congratulations, David!
Well, thanks a lot. Once again, I want to thank the crowd here at Bisbee. It's just unbelievable to come down here and race. I love it.
Looks like you own this course.
It's beginning to look that way, but I don't know. Just like last year, anything can happen. So,
Without giving any of the secrets away, what makes you better than everybody else here?
I don't know. Training, I guess. Probably the crowd.
The crowd. He's a true champion. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for Danny Evans, the champion?
you were scheduled to ride the Tour of Spain, but ended up here at La Vuelta de Bisbee. Why don't you tell those folks a little bit about that?
Last weekend, on Friday, I was on my way to Spain to ride the Tour of Spain, which is a 20-day stage race, a professional stage race. And I got as far as New York, and I got a page as I was going through the airport, and they said, don't get on the plane to Spain because we're pulling the team out of the race because of all the terrorism over in Europe and that part of the world. So I turned around, got on the plane, flew back to San Diego, and so here I am in business. I wanted to do this race for the past few years, but it's never worked into the schedule. It didn't look like it was going to happen this year until last weekend, so I'm just really happy to be able to come here and do this race. It was really fun.
What do you think of this town? Do they get behind bicycle racing or what?
Yeah, this is a great town. Great fans here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the grand champion for 1986, La Vuelta de Bisbee. Let's hear it one more time, Jeff!
Bisbee, a town with presence, a colorful past, an exciting future. In our next episode, Season's Greetings, featuring Bisbee musicians.
So good.